been several months now since our beloved queen has died. All Canadians are finding it hard to go on. All Canadians, that is, except for our first guest, the prince and his wife.
Now, I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. Now I've actually heard their side of the story, I f***ing hate them.
She looked at Harry and she was like, you need to get a job. You need a job.
Reopen British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two.
No! No! I refuse! I'm sick of it!
It's so funny, too, that you keep calling me Megan. You know, it's Megan now.
Yeah, they were very worried about their safety, which I get that aspect of things after 6 episodes. I wanted to attack them.
Today, Suits actress Meghan Markle married some unemployed dude who still lives with his grandma.
I quote you here. Me and M pulled the pin on a fun grenade. I actually started rooting for Prince Andrew.
My question is for Megan. Megan, besides holder of briefcase 24 on Deal or No Deal, what do you think your most impactful role was?
I feel like the focus is starting to shift off of me. Maybe in editing you'll fix it.
Okay, you guys are not ready for this tea, because what started as just another regular creative meeting over at Disney's Animation HQ in Burbank, baby, it exploded. Picture this, a boring old Wednesday, some execs, a coffee, maybe a pastry or two, and then bam, The Simpsons' new episode starts playing on screen, casually titled Royal Pain. Let's just say the temperature in the room changed real quick. That conference room went from 0 to nuclear the moment the footage started rolling.
You haven't seen the documentary? Lucky you.
You a grown-ass man. You can't still be living in your mama's house, Harry.
They won't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm gonna put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends.
My name is Megan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy.
The Suits at Disney? Oh, they didn't just chuckle, they howled. Full belly laughs. They were nodding in approval like, yup, this is it. What was supposed to be a cheeky little jab at celebrity branding suddenly turned into a full-on roast session. And Meghan Markle? She was the clear target. Ooh, apparently this episode had been floating around for months, pitched as a playful satire about a duchess turned lifestyle guru. Sound familiar? But then Meghan's real-life ventures overpriced jam, that infamous rosé, started becoming meme central. So naturally, the writers got bolder, sharper, petty. We're talking jam jars melting in the sun, royal meltdowns over privacy, and tantrums that scream, I want my crown and eat it too. And when it all ended, one top Disney exec looked up and simply said, run it. Whew, that one line, it echoed all the way to Montecito.
This a wrinkle I see in my blouse? Who the f ironed this? I told you to iron this shirt 10 times. It looks like you only ironed it 9.
Any type of flower arranging is just telling a story. What story do you want to tell? Maybe leave the country. Maybe disown your dad. Be creative with it.
I want my home to feel welcoming. Do you feel welcome? Does my soundstage welcome you? Mindy and I are such great friends, like besties. Like, I love her. Like, she doesn't know my name, but we're best.
Now, here's where things get spicy. Meghan's inner circle, they found out within hours. Sources say her team was shook. Not because they hadn't heard whispers, ooh, they knew something was brewing, but because they never thought Disney would actually go there. Let's not forget, Disney and Meghan had done business before. The streaming ties, the royal connections, the whole be nice image. So yeah, they figured the Mouse House would never dare cross that line, but not only did the Simpsons go there, they ran past that line in heels, honey. And Meghan, reportedly stunned. Phones lit up like Christmas. Lawyers on speed dial, PR people in crisis mode, and just as they tried to contain it, too late. The animation blogs were already leaking, screenshots started popping up like wildfire. One had a cartoon duchess, let's call her Mara Margot, literally hugging a mountain of raspberry jam jars while screaming, "These are handcrafted by monks in Montecito." I mean, another showed a spoof wine ad. The cork explodes off a bottle like a missile, soaking none other than an animatronic Princess Diana. I have no words. The internet had plenty.
NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits, which will be set in Los Angeles. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
People were saying meh. It's not meh. It's pronounced me. The H is silent.
From that moment, Meghan's team started preparing for battle. There were two paths. One, go hard legally, or two, pull a quiet damage control operation and hope it all goes away. But both plans depended on one very big, very terrifying question. Can we stop this episode from airing? Because if they couldn't, oof. Meghan's whole brand, the jam, the wine, the curated soft focus as ever vibe, it might not survive this takedown. And y'all, that was just day one. By sunrise, full meltdown. Someone, maybe a junior artist from the animation crew, bless their gossipy little heart, had spilled the entire storyboard to a snarky entertainment blog. Now the leaks weren't just whispers, they were screaming. One scene showed Homer Simpson passing a royal aisle in a store, mumbling, $30 for jelly? I'll just chew a fruit snack and lie to myself. The shade, the specific shade. Lisa Simpson, she reportedly drops the line, if you want privacy, maybe don't start a podcast called Mimi Megan. Apparently, that line got gasps in the Disney screening room. Actual gasps.
Turns out Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing.
If you came up with the picture of an annoying, insufferable white woman, it would be Meghan Markle, even though she's...
And here came the clapback. Meghan's reps allegedly rushed out a statement calling the leaks defamatory and accusing the show of crossing from satire into full-on harassment. But by then, the damage was spreading like wildfire on TikTok. Fans were obsessed. Blogs dissected every frame like they were studying royal history. Memes accounts renamed the episode The Jam Slam. One fake ad even had the tagline, as ever, the spread that broke the crown. But the part that truly sent Meghan into overdrive, a quick gag where Springfield Elementary holds a Montecito branding fair, booths labeled things like privacy glasses, royal rose, and wait for it, sad spare bears. Brutal. And Disney still not backing down. Meanwhile, Meghan's memories of her last cartoon humiliation, cough cough South Park, started creeping back. That sting hadn't even healed.
Meghan Markle has finally revealed why she and Prince Harry call each other M and H.
And he'll say M and you'll say H and your friends say M and it just is a thing.
It's a thing.
And do you both love it?
Yes, and I like nicknames a lot.
What could it be? A mystery for the ages.
That South Park episode, Meghan never responded publicly, but insiders say she was fuming behind the scenes. Her team had quietly looked into legal action then too, but nothing stuck. But now, with The Simpsons, a show that's literally a cultural monument, it hit way harder. This wasn't some late-night fringe comedy show. This was mainstream. This was legacy. This was the same show that's roasted everyone from presidents to pop stars. And now, Meghan. One insider said it wasn't just mocking anymore, it was surgical. Too specific, too sharp. They weren't hiding behind metaphors, they were calling her out in visual gags that directly mirrored her as ever branding. The podcast, the pale pink aesthetic, the handmade by survivors tagline, even the launch flops. All of it woven into the episode with brutal precision. And it gets juicier. Some say the writers had been researching her brand rollout for months. Others even whispered they might have spoken to people from her actual team. True or not, the character Mara Margot was unmistakably Meghan. Same voice, same vibe, same I want praise and privacy but only on my terms energy. At one point, she literally yells on her fictional podcast, "No questions, just praise or I'll sue." Oop, that one stunk. Now, Meghan's lawyers were reportedly back at it, preparing another possible legal blitz. But the reality? Most of Hollywood's legal world was unimpressed. After South Park, after the failed lawsuits against tabloids, the Sussexes weren't exactly feared in court anymore. And Disney's legal team, untouchable. Okay, so while Meghan's team was practically hyperventilating, trying to put out fires, guess what was happening inside Disney? Oh, honey, they were celebrating. Like literally high-fiving each other in the executive suites. Because while Montecito scrambled for lawyers and spin doctors, Disney's top brass were already looking at ratings projections. And oh boy, those numbers? Glowing. Every time Meghan's name is attached to something, views go up. Engagement skyrockets, free press floods in, people click, people binge. And with massive competition in streaming, Disney saw this episode not as risky, but as gold. And get this, rumor has it Bob Iger himself gave a little shrug and said, "We've taken shots at presidents. We can handle a duchess." Dead. They even ran the script past their legal department with a magnifying glass. Sure, they cut one joke that might have hit too close to Meghan's charity partners, but the rest, locked, loaded, untouchable. One exec allegedly called the episode their Royal Super Bowl ad, and another one, said Meghan's rage would be the best promo they could have asked for. I mean, they knew what they were doing. 2 press statements were drafted, one reaffirming creative freedom, the other slightly softer in case things got heated. But truthfully, no one thought they'd need either, because Disney had played this game before. The outrage cycle goes boom, headlines, think pieces, maybe a podcast meltdown, and then poof, people move on. But Meghan's camp? They weren't moving. They were digging in. They started feeling out Disney's legal team, seeing if maybe, just maybe, they could delay or tweak the episode. And Disney's answer? A polite but firm nope. Protected satire. No edits, no delays. It's happening. And to Disney, it wasn't personal. It was business. Cold, calculated business. And they weren't going to miss out on a cultural moment over some jam jars. Still, not everyone at Disney felt good about it. A few mid-level creatives apparently raised concerns. Something about punching down and Meghan's mental health disclosures. Valid points. But they were quickly drowned out by the laughter and approval upstairs. One producer put it bluntly, the gloves are off. Everyone's fair game now. This episode, it wasn't just animated sass. It was a statement. A Disney-size we're not scared of the backlash mic drop. Meanwhile, back in Montecito, absolute chaos. The whole estate was in full PR crisis mode. Staffers were spiraling, like full-on emotional tailspin. One insider said morale was the worst they'd seen in 2 years. Another called it total chaos. Phones were ringing non-stop, lawyers and PR reps clashing, social media people frantically deleting comments under Meghan's scheduled posts, which now felt tragically tone-deaf. A post about vegan chutney ratioed to death, flooded with jam memes and Simpsons quotes. One viral reply, privacy please, unless you're buying my goo. Ouch, but it gets worse. Meghan had just signed off on a new campaign targeting the European market. Whole rollout plans, retailers, influencers. Now, that's all on ice. Big name partners allegedly started ghosting. One even pulled out of a future collaboration. And inside her camp, it was a blame game free for all. Some blamed the Rose team, others blamed the Spotify crew, but everyone agreed this Simpsons episode might be the final straw. Sources say Meghan felt trapped in a cartoon version of herself. One friend said she cried after seeing a doctored meme of her holding a crown made of jam lids. But even then, her team pushed forward with the same old plan: go silent, ride it out, hope it dies. Only it wasn't dying. And the public noticed. The Duchess, who once demanded her voice be heard, was now radio silent. Hypocrisy like precisely accusations flared. Memes of a royal mute button trended. TikTok, Twitter, relentless. Advisors allegedly begged Meghan not to sue. Don't give them more material, one said. Let it die. But Meghan? Not this time. After South Park, after jam memes, after watching her name become synonymous with overpriced nonsense and curated soft-focused sadness, she wanted control back. And across the pond? Oh, the royal family was watching. Not publicly, of course. The Crown doesn't comment on cartoons. But insiders say Kensington Palace was buzzing. Prince William? He got briefed about the episode and apparently laughed out loud at the raspberry jam joke. That's rich, he reportedly said, or maybe just overpriced. Even King Charles, who normally plays it cool, was reportedly bemused. You could almost hear the internal royal, finally. And Camilla, ever the savage, apparently asked, will Disney be selling the jam? Before going off to a charity event like nothing happened. Nikon. But the real drama was with Harry, because while Meghan's fury burned, Harry found himself once again hot in the middle. Friends said he looked exhausted. Torn between backing his wife and salvaging whatever credibility he still had with the military, the royals, and Hollywood. One insider said it best. He's watching the brand they built crumble in real time, and he doesn't know how to stop it. And Meghan, oh, she was ready to fight. The South Park scandal, brutal, yes, but it faded. This, The Simpsons, it was stickier, literally and figuratively. The jokes hit harder. The jam was messier. The timing, worse. And Meghan's reaction, stronger. Some close to her said she'd stopped listening to anyone. All she wanted now was to get control back. But over in the palace, they were quietly smirking. They tried to rewrite the fairy tale, one royal aide reportedly said. Now they're the punchline. Because if there's one thing Meghan has done time and time again, she reinvents. But the real question, how many reinventions does the public actually have patience for? Because this isn't just about The Simpsons. This is about what happens when the narrative gets hijacked by memes, by satire, by jam jokes, and you suddenly lose control of your own story. And that's what hurts the most. Because for years, Meghan carefully crafted her image: humanitarian, entrepreneur, phoenix rising from royal ashes. But now, A cartoon, yes, a cartoon reframed her as a punchline. And in today's digital world, once you become the joke, it's almost impossible to outrun it. So tell us, what do you think? Did Disney go too far, or was Meghan already skating on thin jam? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like, subscribe, and oh, don't touch that crown just yet. The next video is even messier.